Good morning, everybody. It is a privilege and honor to have the opportunity to present this proclamation this morning to a hometown hero. In Montgomery County, we're fortunate to have not one of, but I believe the best police department in all of the United States. We have dedicated officers who commit themselves every day on behalf of all of our residents, despite the most difficult of challenges. We appreciate their work, we appreciate their sacrifice. And while we here in Montgomery County very much value our police department and also acknowledge the importance of this work, and we've been working so hard to ensure transparency and keeping the point at which we can ensure that every one of our residents feels safe and feels protected and feels respected. But we've had a long legacy of that here in Montgomery County, and Officer Reynolds exemplifies that. On his way home from a trip to Los Angeles, he witnessed a person who was in distress and tried to break into the cockpit of an airplane. And Officer Reynolds was able to use his training along with other passengers on the flight to subdue that gentleman. So chalk this up under other duties as assigned. But he performed heroically there, just as we would have expected from a Montgomery County police officer. And so we wanted to make sure that we acknowledged that leadership and that heroism this morning. I'm now going to turn it over to my colleagues. First, Chairman Katz, the chairman of our Public Safety Committee, followed by Councilmember Hucker. Then we will hear from Chief Jones. I will then read the proclamation with my colleagues, and then we're going to hear from Officer Reynolds. So with that, Chairman Katz.
Thank you very, very much, Council President, and thank you very, very much, Officer Reynolds. You know, first off, let me congratulate Officer Reynolds for obviously doing the right thing at the right moment and saving a plane full of people. And you know, that's something that we all take for granted, that someone is going to step up during those horrible moments to do the right thing and to save us. And of course, it's not something we should take for granted. It's something that we should absolutely, sincerely appreciate. And Officer Reynolds obviously did the right thing at the right moment, and we're also very, very grateful. But, you know, I also want to congratulate the Council President for doing this. All of us, all of my colleagues from time to time, have gone to the award ceremonies that Montgomery County Police, that the police chief, Chief Jones, has put on for the people who save lives on a daily basis. And usually those award ceremonies, the families are there, the police officer themselves are there and their colleagues, but the public doesn't see it. We take it for granted that if someone calls 911, that we're going to have a person, a police officer or a firefighter or a first responder be there that is going to save our life, that is well-trained, has the proper equipment to do the right thing, and save our lives of ourselves and our loved ones. We need to do more of this. We need to do this very, very publicly to thank the officer and everyone else who's associated with this, to remind each of us that Montgomery County does a wonderful job each and every day, and we are so very proud of all of our first responders. So congratulations and thank you.
Councilmember Hucker.
Thank you, Council President. Thanks to everybody for being here to recognize Officer Reynolds' great accomplishment. It's great to be here with Chief Jones and Captain Flynn as well. And Officer Reynolds, we're also proud of your accomplishment and so grateful. Chief, I didn't know there was apparently a block of training at the Academy. It's subduing a passenger at 30,000 feet. But I would always bet on a product of Paint Branch High School to do the right thing and have the presence of mind to save lives when called upon. So I'm so grateful for this accomplishment. It's just a reminder of the thousands of men and women that are in our police force and our first responders generally that put their lives on the line every single day and commit acts of bravery and sacrifice and heroism, sometimes that we never find out about. So I'm really grateful to Officer Reynolds, obviously, and everybody who trained him to do the right thing in that moment, but also all of our first responders who are capable of these kind of acts of heroism every single day. Thank you, Council President. Looking forward to the proclamation.
Thank you. Chief Jones.
Good morning, and thank you, Council President Albornoz and Public Safety Chair, Councilmember Katz and Councilmember Hucker. Thank you all so much for doing this morning. It is an honor for me to be here to recognize and be here for this proclamation for Officer Reynolds. Rich is truly a dedicated officer. He's assigned to our community engagement division. That goes out and does a lot of outreach to our community. And then it shows that our outreach also goes out to the friendly skies. So also understanding that Rich is, again, it shows another side of us in the police world, that being off duty is really not being off duty. That we are always thinking of what would happen if something did happen, no matter where we are. And Rich just exemplifies this, and he did this honorably, and I'm very so proud of his actions and his ability to assist them on that very day that then made the rest of those individuals flying on that plane, and I'm sure the staff of the plane, the pilots, that they felt very grateful for his service. So thank you again for doing this, and Rich, job well done. Thank you, sir.
All right, we're going to read the proclamation and then hear from Rich himself. So I'll start. Then we'll go with Councilmember Katz, followed by Councilmember Hucker. Whereas, for the past 14 years, Officer Richard Reynolds has served the Montgomery County residents as a law enforcement official with the Montgomery County Police Department. His commitment to the betterment of Montgomery County has enhanced the quality of life of our residents. And
whereas, as a Montgomery County resident and a Paint Branch High School graduate, Officer Reynolds' sworn oath to serve and protect Montgomery County residents began during his assignment to the department's Police Community Action Team and continues with his service within the Community Engagement Division, developing and enhancing community relationships. And
whereas, while returning home to Montgomery County, Maryland, on Sunday, February 13th, 2022, Officer Reynolds helped subdue an unruly armed passenger aboard American Airlines Flight 1775 after the passenger attacked the airline crew, tried to get into the cockpit, and attempted to open the airplane door mid-flight. And
whereas his heroic actions on board the flight, when confronted with an armed individual, not only subdued the subject as the flight was diverted for an emergency landing, but also assured the safety of the suspect as he promptly provided first aid, in line with his training as a Montgomery County police officer. Officer Reynolds' actions helped to prevent tragedy for the 200 souls on the plane. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the Montgomery County hereby honors Officer Richard Reynolds for his actions aboard American Flight 1775, which was returning to Montgomery County, Maryland on February 13th, 2022. Presented on the 19th day of April in the year 2022, signed by myself and Councilmember Hucker, and soon signed by Chairman Katz as well. We're going to get another copy. So with that, Officer Reynolds, we proudly present this to you, and please say a few words.
Honestly, I didn't know I was supposed to speak, so I'm kind of thinking about what to say. I appreciate the kind words. Again, I didn't realize it was going to be this type of recognition, so thank you. It means a lot. I guess in 14 years as a police officer, really seeing people's reactions when we got landed on the ground, it really kind of opened my eyes up to a lot of stuff that people really do care about a lot of what we do, and it really does matter. Even in some good times and bad times, the police job and protecting people really does matter. So I guess thank you to the people on the plane and everybody here. It means a lot, and I appreciate it. Thank you.